Hello, I'm Bob Willey of Chattanooga. I serve on the board of directors of Tennesseans for the Arts and as treasurer of the organization.
Hi, I'm Park Kennedy, Director of Development here at the Germantown Performing Arts Center in Germantown, Tennessee. I am the immediate past president of Tennesseans for the Arts, a role that I held for 7 years.
Hi, I'm Whitney Joe, Vice President of Tennesseans for the Arts representing West Tennessee, and the Managing Director of Playhouse on the Square and the Circuit Playhouse right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Marcus Cox. I'm Executive Director of Welcome to Memphis, a subsidiary to Memphis Tourism in Memphis, Tennessee, and I am a very proud member of the TFTA board.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie Connor. I am a proud board member of Tennesseans for the Arts. I serve as Regional Vice President for Middle Tennessee.
Hi, arts friends across the state. I'm James McKusick, the President of Arts Build in Chattanooga. I'm also a Tennesseans for the Arts board member, and I'm excited to be part of today.
It's Susan Robinson here from Chattanooga. I happily serve as Vice President for Tennesseans for the Arts for the region Southeast Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Lisa Allen. I'm the director at the Coronet Memphis. I'm in my second year of service on the board at Tennesseans for the Arts.
I'm Debbie Patterson Koch, a TFTA board member from Nashville.
Greetings, I'm Rachel Ford. I'm with the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra and I serve as Secretary of the Board for Tennesseans for the Arts.
Hi, I'm Pat Mitchell-Worley, CEO of the Soulsville Foundation and a current board member of Tennesseans for the Arts.
Hey, good morning. Happy Arts Advocacy Day. My name is Ann Locke. I work in fundraising and event management, and I've been on the board since 2020.
Good morning. My name is Bryce McDonald. I'm the producing director and CEO at the Cumberland County Playhouse and currently the board president for Tennesseans for the Arts. Some of you watching this morning may be asking, what exactly is Tennesseans for the Arts? Tennesseans for the Arts, we are visible and we are viable. We are advocates for the arts in the state of Tennessee, and we are effective. By working with legislators to maintain funding, supporting the work of the Arts Caucus in the Tennessee General Assembly, and by organizing advocacy events throughout the state, we celebrate and strengthen the arts across our great state. Today, Arts Advocacy Day, we are so excited to have you here with us, and we appreciate all of you turning in. We appreciate all the work your organizations are doing for the arts in the state of Tennessee. Today, you're going to hear from people like Senator Becky Massey, who is our current Art Caucus chair, Ann Pope, the Executive Director of Tennessee Arts Commission, Kelly Barsday from the National Assembly of State Art Agencies, and we're going to share information along this journey this morning about some great ways for you to learn how to advocate and to promote your organization and the sale of the great specialty license plate program in the state of Tennessee. For more information, you can always visit the website of Tennesseans for the Arts, which is located below on your screen. And now, to get us started, it is my pleasure to introduce Arts Commission Chair Steve Bailey from Congressional District 2.
Hi, I'm Steve Bailey, Chair of the Tennessee Arts Commission, and I'm so pleased to join you today in discussing the importance of the arts and arts advocacy in our communities as we gather today to raise our voices in support of the arts. I would like to acknowledge my fellow commissioners representing each congressional district across the state. From District 1, Dr. Nancy Dishner from Jonesboro and Cindy Ogle from Gatlinburg. I'm from District 2, as well as Jenny Boyd. We're both from Knoxville. Jenny Boyd is currently serving as our vice chair. Ann Davis from District 4 is from Murfreesboro and is serving as secretary. Sarah Cantrell from Cleveland and Jan McNally from Oak Ridge both represent District 3. Stephanie Connor from Nashville and Kurt Winstead from Franklin represent District 5. Mark Burnett from Cookeville and Donald Fan from Woodbury represent District 6. Jason Rudd from Jackson represents District 8. And finally, Rachel Knox and Howard Robinson from Memphis represent District 9. Thank you all for your work and dedication to the mission of the Tennessee Arts Commission to cultivate the arts for the benefit of all Tennesseans and other communities. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dana Beal, Executive and Founding Director of Plateau Women's Chorus. Oh, it's just been a joy with the support of the community. First of all, the community, individuals as well as Rotary Club, the Ladies Club, and then of course, we don't have a building. So if the Playhouse and churches wouldn't give us a place to rehearse and perform, it couldn't happen at all. But the Tennessee Arts grants have really made it happen for us, because with that grant money, we've been able to grow and go into the schools and expand our program. You might know that our schools here in Cumberland County are Title I. Our elementary schools, they don't have choir for the most part. They have band, which is great, but that's not for everybody. And so we've been able to come into the schools and do free concerts for them. And it's been just wildly received. The kids love the music. We do classical music, such as a Spanish flamenco. The kids love it, Bach. So, and of course, we have a lot of energy going on in those shows, and the kids sing along, especially when we finish with Rocky Top. And thanks to the Tennessee Arts Commission grants, we're able to go into the schools.
I've seen the chorus grow. I've seen the makeup of the chorus change.
And the group you see now before you is almost double, actually they are double in size. They're ages 15 to 70, I think 78 is our oldest member. And they're all walks of life. They enjoy each other, they have a great time.
And that's thanks to, I believe, to the Tennessee Arts Commission.
So Arts Commission funds have enabled us to commission 3 composers now, female composers, because that's our mission, is to advance female composers. We've now commissioned 3, and we'll be premiering the second one this fall with orchestra. And that's because of the Tennessee Arts Commission. And as a rural community, the more music, the better. The more arts, the better, because we're isolated. And as you know, music is it's something of a booster for the psyche, and it helps us with the isolation that comes from being in a rural group, especially for our retired citizens. Cumberland County schools, or all the elementary schools, are Title I. So that became apparent to us, that there was a need of those children, because music is just huge in childhood development. And a neighboring county had a children's choir, but over pandemic, it had to close, and they haven't been able to reopen. Thanks to Tennessee Arts Commission funds, we have started the Young Singers. They are under the umbrella, the nonprofit umbrella of Plateau Women's Chorus. They're a great group of kids. They learn music reading with Kodai and Orff methods, and we have a great time. It's just fabulous that we're able to have the Young Singers. Thanks to Tennessee Arts Commission, we've really been able to expand to take care of our people, and we feel like we have something to say to our community, and Tennessee Arts Commission has made it possible for us to do that.
Good morning. I'm Park Kennedy, immediate past president of Tennesseans for the Arts, and I am honored to introduce our next speaker, Ann Pope, executive director of the Tennessee Arts Commission. For the past 13 years, Ann has dedicated herself to the Tennessee Arts Commission, working to cultivate the arts in Tennessee for the benefit of all its citizens and communities. She is one of the smartest, most dynamic, and passionate leaders I have had the pleasure to work with, and I can tell you with 100% certainty, Ann Pope deeply cares about every single nonprofit arts organization in this state and every single one of you. In her role as Tennessee Art Commission's executive director, Ann oversees a small but mighty staff who work diligently year-round, not only administering grants across all 95 counties in the state, but constantly seeking out opportunities to improve access to arts funding for artists and arts organizations across the state. When the pandemic hit Tennessee artists and arts nonprofits hard in 2020, and Governor Bill Lee approved the historic Tennessee Nonprofit Arts and Culture Recovery Fund, Ann and her team at TAC were given the gigantic, some would even say Herculean task, of granting out $80 million over 3 years from the state of Tennessee's $3.725 billion American Rescue Plan funds. When Hurricane Helene devastated 8 counties in East Tennessee last year, every past Tennessee Art Commission grantee in those counties received a letter from Ann Pope offering help and support. She also called each and every past grantee in that area to personally check on them. I am told that Ann Pope actually attended her very first Arts Advocacy Day in 2012, right before she assumed her current role. Here to tell you more about the Tennessee Art Commission's amazing mission and accomplishments carried out on behalf of all who love and cherish the arts in this state is Tennessee Arts Commission Executive Director Ann Pope.
My name is Ann Pope, and I'm Executive Director of the Tennessee Arts Commission. The mission of the Arts Commission is cultivate the arts for the benefit of all Tennesseans and their communities. Our goal is to increase opportunities for all to participate in the arts in Tennessee. In the past 6 years, the Commission has made about 5,500 grants and invested more than $48 million across Tennessee. Last year, which is fiscal year 24, the Commission invested $12.6 million in annual enrolling grants, making over 1,300 grants in all 95 counties to over 840 nonprofit schools and local governments, benefiting communities all across Tennessee. Our grants impacted over 13 million tourists and Tennesseans alike, and almost 3 million children and youth were engaged in person in the arts last year. Also, last year was the third and final year of the Tennessee Nonprofit Arts and Cultural Recovery Fund, approved by Governor Lee and the legislature for $80 million in relief to address severe economic pandemic-related harm. We know in Tennessee that a portion of the funds that fund the arts in Tennessee comes from the sale of specialty license plates. In fact, each year, approximately 80% of funding for grants made by the Tennessee Arts Commission come from the sale of specialty license plates. That's 80%. It's a very important funding stream, and we hope you'll consider buying a specialty plate if you haven't already, and perhaps giving one as a gift, or encouraging others to buy a specialty plate, and even personalizing a specialty plate. This helps fund the arts directly in Tennessee. We know it's also important to come together, and I thank you for being here today at Arts Advocacy Day. And it's important to educate those about the impact of the arts and how it benefits communities all across Tennessee. I'd like to highlight 3 benefits that the arts provide. We know the arts are important economically. Many arts organizations and artists are really, if you will, like small businesses. They benefit local, regional, and Tennessee's economy by creating jobs and economic opportunities to communities all across the state. Secondly, the arts provide workforce development opportunities. Being involved in the arts and arts learning helps develop critical thinking skills, fosters innovation, and builds collaboration and problem-solving abilities, not to mention preparing the future workforce for the evolving economy. And third, the arts provide community impact. The arts help revitalize economies, including those in rural areas, strengthens communities with connections, and drives tourism and local development. We know the arts are important in this state. I would like to just say thank you again for being a part of Arts Advocacy Day. Thank you for being a part of the arts and being the fabric of the arts and culture in the state of Tennessee. Thank you for helping provide and encourage and promote arts opportunities for everyone in all 95 counties of the state of Tennessee. Again, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ann. It was wonderful to have you join us today. And now I'd like to hand it over to Molly Pratt, the Tennesseans for the Arts Education Consultant, and Senator Becky Massey, who is chair of the Arts Caucus.
I'm here with Senator Becky Massey. She represents State Senate District 6, the largest Senate district in Knox County, and she has held that job since she won a special election, and she has been reelected just recently in November by an overwhelming majority. She serves with great distinction. Not only is she a wonderful representative to her constituents, but she serves as chair of the State Senate Transportation Committee. She is also a huge advocate for the arts, and we really appreciate her because she serves as the chair of the Tennessee General Assembly's Art Caucus. She's been married to her husband Morton for nearly 50 years. She has 2 daughters and a granddaughter, and she is especially positioned to be the chair of the Tennessee General Assembly Arts Caucus because no one is a better advocate than Becky Massey. She served in a nonprofit role as the executive director for a nonprofit that represented and supported the interests of those with disabilities. So she knows not only the importance of advocacy, but she is a lifelong advocate. We're delighted to have her with us, and again, I want to welcome her to Arts Advocacy Day 2025.
I'm happy to join everybody virtually with Arts Advocacy Day on the Hill 2025 and look forward to the time that you're all back here visiting in person.
Chairman Massey, you're a huge supporter of the arts, but some of that comes naturally because you have several family members who are artists, and their participation in the arts connects you as well.
Well, I've been blessed that I am surrounded by artists. My sister is a painter, and actually one of the pictures in my office is a watercolor that she did of my grandfather, my father's father. And he was a country farmer and preacher up in Scott County, and he's sitting on his front porch up there, and the way we kind of remember him. And then also, I also have other artwork, local artists in my office too, which is nice. But also my daughter is a dancer choreographer and taught dance for many years and has performed around the world at times back when she was growing up with the Tennessee Children's Dance Ensemble. And then she went on to major in dance in college.
Chairman Massey, one of the things that we talk to our TFTA members about is the importance of the specialty license plate program. And what the Tennessee General Assembly Arts Caucus actually does is protect the formula, the 50-40-10 formula. We beat that into people's heads. And that's because the proceeds from the specialty license plate program, that 40% of revenue, is so extremely important to the Tennessee Arts Commission. More than 80% of the funds that go to the grant making of the Tennessee Arts Commission comes from the specialty plate program. This year, every year, you all handle the specialty plate omnibus bill. And you do that for a reason. This year, the Senate Bill 203 and House Bill 212. But you all do that for a very particular reason. And I think it's really important for our folks to understand that and understand why you all handle the omnibus bill the way you do.
Well, one, I think it's more efficient to put all of the organizations that are wanting to start a specialty plate into one bill. And that way you get it through quicker, you have more assurity that you're going to pass them all. And in the nonprofits that they affect, that they help on that end, besides the arts community and the arts grants we're able to support, the arts education across the state, it's real important that we want to be efficient in the process. So all of these license plate bills are put into one bill, and we just take them up all at one time.
Besides the efficiencies of running everything together, there's also another component of the omnibus bill every year, and those are the extensions that are allowed when people need extra time in order to be able to meet the threshold of the specialty plates. And so every year you have those extensions too.
Well, they have to meet that 1,000 license plate commitment before we can start producing the plates. And that's just an economy of scales for our Department of Revenue to produce the plates. But sometimes some organizations need just a little bit longer to meet that threshold. So they'll come back and ask if we will pass an extension for their particular organization to give them a little bit more time to reach that threshold, which we hope they all get to.
Today, during our virtual Arts Advocacy Day 2025 event, people are not just hearing from you, but they're also going to have a chance to learn a little bit more firsthand from your hometown clerk in Knox County about how individuals actually walk through the process of getting a specialty license plate. And it's really important because it's not only for our advocates to understand the process, but it's also is a time saver if you want to get a specialty plate and to know the steps you need to take in order to make that happen.
Basically, when your license plate comes up for renewal, you would, and if you choose that you would like to do a specialty plate to support the arts and also other organizations, other nonprofits, you can go online. I think we're going to post the link on here that you can find out more detailed information. And also you can look at the list of the 100+ organizations that have specialty license plates to see which one you might like to support. But just know that they all basically support the arts in some form and fashion with our funds.
Last year, you gave us some really important tips on how to be better advocates and how to connect with local officials. Do you have any other tips to share with us today? Because the ones you gave us last year were so helpful.
Well, I think it's important for your local and all of your elected representatives to know about the importance of the arts in the community, what you're offering, how you're helping build what we have as a community. The arts are so important. They're important for the economic benefit that they bring to our communities. And so I think it's good to invite them to performances. It's a lot easier from May through December, because in January through April, we're in Nashville 4 days a week. And so your time is a little bit more at a premium. But invite them over so they can see what you're doing and then see the kids and the adults that are enjoying the performances. They are participating in the performances. I think that's seeing something firsthand is better than all the talking we can do.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
So one last thing I'd just like to recommend is reach out to your legislators and look who is members of the Arts Caucus already, and be sure to thank them. If they're not members, you may want to meet with them and let them know a little bit more about how important the arts are to the community, as we've said before. But get to know your legislators. That's important.
It is always a pleasure for me personally, but also for me to be able to facilitate an opportunity for you all to hear from the incomparable Senator Becky Massey. And again, she has left us with good information. She's left us with a passion for the arts, and she's given us great tips on how we need to move our advocacy efforts even more directly into our communities and connect with people.
Need a new Tennessee license plate? Here's how you can get one at your local county clerk's office. Step inside and grab a ticket or join the line to be helped by a clerk. Make sure you have your required documents, vehicle title, proof of insurance, and a valid ID. If it's a renewal, bring your current registration. Tennessee offers a variety of plate options. Choose the one that best represents you. And that's it. Your new Tennessee license plate is ready to go on your vehicle. Thank you for supporting Tennessee roads and communities.
Hi, I'm Whitney Joe, Vice President of Tennesseans for the Arts, representing West Tennessee, and the Managing Director of Playhouse on the Square. It is my honor and privilege today to introduce to you the man who has definitely changed my life and will have an opportunity to help change yours. Michael Detroit, Executive Producer of Playhouse on the Square and the Circuit Playhouse. He has worked his way up through this organization from a performer to a director to the development director, and since 2018, the executive producer of Playhouse on the Square and the Circuit Playhouse. Without further ado, Mr. Michael Detroit.
Hello, friends. I can't tell you how happy I am to speak with you today concerning TFTA and the Tennessee Arts Commission. Here at Playhouse on the Square, we have so many things going on at any given time throughout the season with our 3 stages, our 15 shows, our reach in the tri-state area of West Tennessee, Northwest Mississippi, and Eastern Arkansas. There is no more important time than right now for the advocacy efforts that we have to maintain, all of us, both here at Playhouse on the Square and all of you out there, with our local representatives at the city level, the county level, and especially at the state level right now, with our friends at the Tennessee Arts Commission, but also in the legislature and the governor's office. And well beyond that, to our national representatives, whether they're in the House of Representatives or in our federal Senate. It's really important for all of us to take action and use our advocacy efforts to make sure they all understand the challenges that we are facing during this current climate. They will hear us, they will hopefully listen, and things will change for the better for all of us. This will also maintain the conversation that we have with all of our business friends that are in our communities, that are supporting us with things like sponsorships, foundational grants, advertisements in our playbills, or quite frankly, just buying tickets to come see our shows, or putting their children, or quite frankly themselves, through our educational programs. The energy has to be at a high level right now in order for us to maintain the kind of excitement that we have and the opportunity that we have through the arts to make our communities a better place to work, live, and play, and also making sure that the messages we present are something that are not just to make us happy and feel better about ourselves, but that actually advance the conversations that we might have in our local communities, our state communities, and our federal communities. Because what we do with our group of folks that we have watching today is so important, and it's contagious. It will affect the other groups that are participating in a day like today with their advocacy efforts. Together, we can make all kinds of positive changes for our community. At Playhouse on the Square, we have 40 full and part-time employees and practically 300 contracted employees throughout the season. We want to make sure all of those folks get paid. We want to make sure that we are providing quality programming on our stages and in our educational classrooms and in schools and here in our buildings. But we can only do so if we have our community backing the programming that we have, but also the folks that we advocate to, those legislators who are at the local level, the state level, and the federal level. Only together and getting all of them involved, even if it's just making sure they know where we are and what we are doing, is extremely effective for how we want our future to be. I hope you'll join us here at Playhouse on the Square and all of our friends throughout the state and our nonprofit arts organizations with the advocacy efforts of Tennesseans for the Arts and our friends at the Tennessee Arts Commission. I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll advocate strongly, and I hope you create just as strongly. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone, from the beautiful campus of the Aramont School of Arts and Crafts, nestled in the hills of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It is wonderful to be on campus, and we're so thankful for Aramont, one of our featured organizations, at last year's Arts Advocacy Day. Again, my name is Stephanie Connor. I am Vice President of Tennesseans for the Arts, representing Middle Tennessee, and it is an absolute honor to introduce Kelly Barsdate today, Executive Advisor at the National Assembly of State Arts Agencies. With decades of experience in arts policy, research, and strategic leadership, Kelly is an invaluable resource to state arts agencies all across the country. Here in Tennessee, whether you know it directly or not, everyone joining us today benefits from Kelly's strategic direction and insight. Her guidance has helped shape policies and initiatives that support artists, arts organizations, and communities across our state and across the country. From rural areas to urban centers across Tennessee, her work has empowered the Tennessee Arts Commission to effectively support the arts and culture sector and guided Tennesseans for the Arts in advocating for the arts as an essential part of our cultural and economic vitality. Kelly's commitment to data-driven decision-making, her deep understanding of public policy, and her unwavering belief in the power of the arts make her a true champion for our field. We are incredibly grateful for her, and we are so happy to have her joining us again this year for Arts Advocacy Day. Thank you, Aramont, for having me, and thank you, Kelly, for joining us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly Barsdate from NASA, and I'm here to offer a little national context for the work that you're doing. I go to a lot of advocacy events, but I've got a special affection for Tennessee's. You all do a wonderful job of advocacy, and it's rewarding to see how it has an impact. It's a treat for me to be part of it, so thanks for bringing me back. Here's a snapshot of state arts funding, Tennessee and the other 49 states. Nationwide, arts funding has taken a dip over the last 2 years. Tennessee's funding, though, has grown more and is less volatile than the national norm. You have a good thing going. It's worth protecting and sustaining. Nothing is an automatic when it comes to state legislatures. You just don't see this kind of trend line unless elected officials believe in what's happening. And that belief is shaped by your advocacy. So your advocacy is working, your license plate program is working, keep it up. Speaking of tags, there are 16 states with a specialty license plate that supports the arts, but yours is definitely the most lucrative. You can see here how it pays off to promote those arts tags, and the structure of your program helps you realize a great return. Still, you have growth potential. There are 2.3 million vehicles in the road in Tennessee. That's 2.3 million opportunities to bolt the arts to someone's bumper. Now, sometimes you might encounter resistance to the idea of public funding for the arts. So let's talk about that for a minute, about how to respond factually and respectfully, and talk about the roles of public and private funding. Nonprofit arts groups are adept at combining different kinds of money, and they all have a role to play. Admissions and earned income are about 60% of the pie. But admissions don't cover the cost of productions and operations. To keep ticket prices affordable, we need funds from other sources. Philanthropic support comprises less than a third of nonprofit arts revenues. These are crucial funds from individuals, foundations, and corporations. We're very grateful to have them, but they have limits. Not all communities have access to private wealth. Different funders specialize in different things, which can leave gaps. And a lot of the giving is concentrated in urban areas and large organizations. Public funding for the arts is the smallest slice of the pie. That money is small but mighty, and it achieves access that other money does not. Only 6% of foundation giving reaches rural areas. In contrast, your own state arts agency awards funds in all 95 counties, something that foundation funding doesn't do. High poverty communities also benefit from public investment here in Tennessee. 37% of Arts Commission grants reach the highest poverty areas of the state. Again, those public dollars are reaching places that private dollars don't get to. The Arts Commission puts together a comprehensive plan with community input, so everything is citizen driven. Plus, it's all totally transparent and the dollars are accessible to everyone. That's not always true of private dollars. So your takeaway here is that public funds, private funds, earned income, they all have important roles to play in the arts support ecosystem. Better together. When you meet with electeds, it's useful to emphasize ROI, return on investment. Of course, economic impact needs to be at the top of that list, but there are some limits to that argument. Every industry creates jobs. An asphalt plant creates jobs. To be worthy of competitive public dollars, the arts need to offer something distinctive that differentiates us from other industries. And the arts deliver a five-fold ROI. We boost economic productivity, we improve school outcomes, we facilitate civic cohesion, promote good health, and preserve cherished heritage. No other industry offers that combination of benefits, all with joy as a cherry on top. NASA has done research on how to talk with elected officials about these themes, so listen for some specific angles that can give you an edge. When we talk about the economy, we need to emphasize not just our own jobs, but also how we stimulate tourism, drive businesses for restaurants and retailers, and help all parts of the economy to thrive. Education is another selling point. Chronic absenteeism and learning loss are not just schooling problems, they're economic problems. They could cost our country up to $31 trillion in lost economic productivity over the long haul. Arts education can help. It boosts academic outcomes, improves attendance, and teaches the practice and persistence needed to succeed in the workplace. Good stuff. It's useful to talk about how the arts strengthen the fabric of communities too, how they reduce isolation and encourage civic cohesion. The arts also promote good health. We find that elected officials are especially interested in the way that creative therapies heal veterans and help older adults. And heritage is an important theme. The arts honor our distinctive cultures and histories. They instill community pride and preserve cherished traditions for future generations. These messages aren't a rigid recipe. They're more like a menu. Know your legislators, pick the theme that will be of most interest to them, and then add stories from your own work to bring the ideas home. Another thing you might hear is that the state budget is very tight this year and that funds are too scarce to support the arts. So let's address that too. In 2025, the state of Tennessee invested just under $16 million in the Arts Commission. AEP research shows how the arts sector returns more than $82 million in state taxes back to the Tennessee General Fund. So put in 15.7, get back 82.4. That's an ROI deal that nobody should pass up. Part of what I hope you hear today in my remarks is the idea of unifying values, things that everybody wants for their families and communities. Today's political realm is hyper-polarized. If we want to sustain support for the arts, we need to position ourselves as a consensus issue, not a wedge issue. The five-fold bottom line can help us do that. I've said this before, I'll say it again, you all should feel so very proud of what you've accomplished in this state on behalf of the arts. But please don't take that success for granted. Thank your legislators, educate your legislators, cultivate your legislators, make every day Arts Advocacy Day in Tennessee. I'll close by thanking Tennesseans for the Arts and the Arts Commission, and thanks to all of you too for the work you do every day. You're making our communities stronger. You're offering us gifts of connection, beauty, and meaning that we all dearly need. So thank you for your service through the arts, and have a fantastic Arts Advocacy Day.
Our mission has evolved over the years. Our mission extends beyond historical preservation to active community engagement, education, and cultural enrichment. We have expanded our programming to include interactive exhibits, youth education initiatives, and public events that highlight the contributions of African Americans in Chattanooga and beyond. Through strategic partnerships, we continue to provide spaces for dialogue, artistic expression, and historical reflections, ensuring that our center serves as both a cultural hub and a learning space. One of the most impactful programs that has been our Youth and Education Initiative, including interactive classes, our annual art contest, and museum tours designed to bring African American history and culture to life for students of all ages. By partnering with local schools and youth organizations, we ensure that children, especially those from underserved communities, can engage with the arts and learn about their heritage in an immersive way. Additionally, we launched the Bessie Smith's Big Nine Music Fest, a free outdoor festival that showcases local and regional artists while providing the community with access to live performances in an inviting celebration of the legacy of Bessie Smith, but also supports the emerging artists and musicians, creating a platform for cultural expression and community connection. The Bessie Smith Cultural Center is deeply committed to advocating for the arts by uplifting local artists and ensuring that diverse voices are represented within the broader arts community. We actively create opportunities for artists to share their work, connect with audiences, and contribute to Chattanooga's vibrant cultural landscape. We also collaborate with local arts organizations, educational institutions, and cultural leaders to advocate for equitable arts funding and access. By participating in citywide and statewide initiatives and arts advocacy efforts, we work to ensure that the historically marginalized artists have the resources and support they need to thrive. We here at the Bessie Smith Cultural Center realize the importance of the Tennessee Specialty License Plates for one, and how that funding helps Tennessee Arts Commission. By that, we're able to put on the annual art contest. We're able to provide more free classes, entertain the students, the community, but we're just able to give back more to our community because Tennessee Arts Commission supports our mission and our organization.
Christy, thank you so much for taking the time to hop on this call with me. I just had a couple questions I want to ask you about the amazing advocacy that you and the Johnson County Center for the Arts has been doing. You've demonstrated a remarkable commitment to arts advocacy by ensuring that your full board has participation in Tennesseans for the Arts. What inspired this level of engagement, and how has it strengthened your organization's ability to support the arts?
Hey Bryce, all our board members are actually members of Tennesseans for the Arts. We have the full board participation badge on our website. In fact, every board member, several of our staff, and a lot of our volunteers also have a specialty license plate. It's fun to see all our cars lined up in the parking lot with those specialty license plates, especially knowing that the funding generated by those license plates translates directly into community projects like murals and art classes and summer camps.
So Christy, advocacy takes many forms, from direct legislative outreach to community engagement. How does your organization actively advocate for the arts at the local and the state level, and what impact have you seen from those efforts that you all are doing?
We talk about the specialty license plate program to basically anybody that will listen. You can find information on our website and in our newsletters. A lot of people just don't realize that when you buy a specialty license plate in Tennessee, a portion of those funds go to support the arts. And that's really important in small towns like ours. And when people learn what those funds go toward, a lot of times they rush to get their specialty license plate and show their support because they see that it really does impact our community. But Bryce, arts advocacy goes deeper than that. The way I see it, every time we make somebody's life better through the arts, if they take a class and learn something new, or see a work of art or hear music that inspires them, we're advocating for the arts. In a small town, everybody knows what everybody's doing. And I really believe that the best way to advocate for the arts is just to make the world better through the arts. And then when people see that, they see that the arts make life worth living, and they want to support that.
Now, we all know that the arts thrive when they are deeply connected to the communities they serve. What strategies has Johnson County Center for the Arts used to build and maintain their strong relationships? And how has that support enhanced your mission?
The community really is at the heart of our mission at the Center for the Arts. We've done public murals for a decade now. We celebrate the traditional music that's unique to Johnson County. We provide classes for all ages and all abilities, and we welcome every single person that comes through our doors. And sometimes we take the arts to the community. Our Pathways program brings artists to after-school childcare programs where they create with kids, they play music, they make puppets and paint with young people, just to introduce them to various art forms, because we have very little opportunity for art and music in our elementary schools here. We have a group of kids that I'm really proud of called the Front Porch Pickers, who go out with old-time musicians, and they practice once a week at the Art Center, and then about once a month they'll go and perform at the Senior Center, and they go visit our nursing home and cheer up the residents. Those connections really are why we do what we do.
Building relationships with our legislators is crucial for securing support in the arts. How does your organization, Christy, engage with local and state lawmakers to ensure the arts remain a priority? And what advice do you have for those listening today that would want to strengthen their legislative connections?
Well, we invite our legislators to mural unveilings and traditional arts celebrations, and we're really proud when they show up. Representative Timothy Hill has rarely missed a mural unveiling in the last decade. Senator Rusty Crowe visited not long ago. He's a songwriter, by the way. And we visited with Representative Diane Harshbarger last summer. We had a great visit with her touring the Mural Mile. She wanted to hear all about our programs, and she was especially interested in the economic impact of the arts in our area. So we were able to share the Arts and Economic Prosperity Study from 2023. And it doesn't matter which side of the political aisle you're on. When you see the numbers, when you see how the arts bring people into small rural towns like Mountain City, and the amount of money those people spend in town because they came to see a show and they bought dinner and gas and groceries, when you see that economic impact come to communities because of arts events, you have to be on board with that. I'd say if you want to strengthen your connection with legislators, reach out to them. They're community members and they care about the things that you care about. Share your story and find common ground.
I'm Becky Ham. I'm the Executive Director of Rose Center and Council for the Arts in Morristown, Tennessee. Rose Center has served this community for almost 50 years, and we like to think and work very hard for it to be a place where everyone feels welcome, everyone has a place and feels at home. We try to respond to the community's needs, and that could include types of programming we do, what kind of artists we present, the classes we have. And in this recent disaster, we were able to host events that brought some healing both to the people who were affected most and the people here in the community. Inside this beautiful historic building, we have this beautiful Edith Davis Gallery where we feature local and regional artists, and we have a concert series in Prater Hall. Local and regional talent come in here for a great concert series. We host 2 festivals. Our award-winning Mountain Makins Festival in October has been going, this is the 49th year, and we draw crafters, musicians, demonstrators from all over the Southeast. Then we also have a new Blues and Blooms Festival at the end of May, so featuring blues musicians from all over the area. We also have classes in everything from cake decorating to fencing to ballet. We have a ballet school upstairs. Rose Center serves several surrounding counties: Hamblin, Jefferson, Cocke, Granger, Claiborne, and even Hancock and Hawkins counties. Artists in this area really wanted to help with the relief efforts, and they approached Rose Center. They were looking for a place to have a benefit concert. Of course, we were happy to open our doors and offer the space for free. We also found a local sound tech and a professional MC to donate their time. These artists came from some of these surrounding counties. They did most of the work, finding the musicians and scheduling, and we ended up with a 12-hour benefit concert with 11 bands. Some 35 musicians donated their talents. Then the artists of the Morristown Art Association heard about it, and they wanted to do something, so they donated their artwork to auction off that night. We had 12 local businesses sponsor the effort, and we decided to give the funds raised to the East Tennessee Foundation. Rose Center served also as a collection point for disaster donations, and we had a collection in October, and we had another one just on Valentine's Day because people are still struggling. And these were both other community groups who came and asked to use our space, so of course we were happy to help with that. Some of our ABC or Arts Build Communities grantees are also helping, especially one in Cocke County where Newport is. The organization is called Clean Water Expected in East Tennessee, and I know they've been heavily involved in getting things back up and running and serving the people in their rural areas. You know, we talk a lot about the financial impact, and we've tried to focus on that. But this healing is also so important, and if it taught us anything, it is that the arts heal. And that itself is a reason to support the arts. Buy a ticket, visit a museum, buy some local art.
Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for standing together in support of the arts. Your passion, your voices, and your commitment make the real difference. Not just in this Zoom call, but in every community across our state. The arts have the power to heal, to educate, to uplift, and to move people in ways that nothing else can. They bring us together. They improve and inspire change, and they remind us of our shared humanity. But the power doesn't just exist here in this Zoom or in our own little town. It needs champions. It needs you. Let's carry it forward. Let's continue to advocate, to share our stories, and to remind ourselves that the arts are essential. They're essential for our children. They're essential for the economy. They're essential for our well-being and for the future that we want to build. Just a reminder to you all, this video is available on our webpage as well as on our YouTube page, and we encourage you to share it. Spread the message, inspire others, and keep this great momentum going. Thank you for being advocates. Thank you for being a voice in the arts. Now let's go out and make a difference, because the arts matter.